children, today we are going to start about aquatic resources part 5. In this video we'll learn about water resources, distribution of water resources on the earth and use of water resources. Like land and air, water is also an important component of natural environment. Water is not only essential for drinking purpose, but it also provides shelter to many of the organisms. It is tasteless and colorless substance that covers about 3/4 of Earth's surface. The Earth is therefore called as water planet or blue planet. Now let's have a look at the distribution of water on the Earth. The Earth has both fresh as well as saline water. About 97.3% of Earth's water is saline, while only 2.7% is fresh. About 70% of the fresh water occurs as glaciers and ice sheets in the mountainous region such as Greenland and Antarctica. Fresh water is also found in the rivers, streams, ponds and lakes. Melting snow is a source of fresh water. Most of the freshwater bodies are inaccessible. Only 1% of it is available and useful for human beings. The ocean water contains saline. Due to its extreme salinity, it is not fit for human consumption. Seawater and ocean water is too salty to be used for drinking and farming purposes. It cannot be used in manufacturing processes as well. The total amount of fresh water available for use by human beings and living organisms is just only 1%. Fresh water is therefore the most precious substance available on the earth. Rainwater is the purest form of natural water. Rainwater acts as a natural sprinkler for irrigation. In our country, agriculture depends upon rainwater to a large extent. Rain brings water back to the earth and water bodies get filled up. Thus, we have lakes, ponds, rivers, which forms the surface water. Some rainwater seeps through the soil and gets collected over a layer of impervious rocks. This forms a sort of large water body under the ground. That is called as groundwater. That is also safe for drinking. See here, this is a picture of distribution of the water on the earth, which shows us that our earth contains 97% of saline water, whereas we have only 3% of fresh water on the earth. Now let's study about the water, health and sanitation. Sanitation refers to the public health conditions related to the clean drinking water and advocate treatment and disposal of human waste and sewage. Water sanitation is defined as the process of cleaning and purifying water, so it is safe for use. Sanitation is important for all, helping to maintain health and increase the lifespan. However, it is especially important for children. Water is a basic necessity and an important resource for sustaining life. The decline in the water quality endangers the health of humans as well as the ecosystem. Clean drinking water, hygiene and sanitation plays an important role in maintaining the health. Contaminated water causes many waterborne infections or diseases like diarrhea and also serves as a carrier for vector such as mosquito spreading epidemics. See your picture. Diarrheal diseases causes some 6,000 deaths every day. 1 billion people lack access to improved water supply. If the trend continues, some 2.4 billion people will be without access to safe water. See your first chart shows us access to the piped water through the household connections in 2002, where we can see Latin American and the Caribbean countries have the highest piped water through household connections, that is 66%, whereas Asia has just 49% and Africa with the least percentage, that is 24%. Next diagram shows us access to the sanitation linked sewage system, where we can see here also the Latin America and the Caribbean countries have 66%, Asia just 18%, then Africa have the least percentage, that is 13%. Here also the Asian countries lagging behind, due to which we face waterborne diseases. India has over 60% families who do not have access to the water at home. In 1990, there were 243 million urban and 988 million rural dwellers without access to the potable water. Water is the most precious substance of the earth. It is not static. Water can neither be added nor be subtracted from the earth's surface. Total volume of earth's water remains a constant. Water from oceans and other huge water bodies evaporate and condenses to form the clouds. Finally, it precipitates back to the earth's surface in the form of rain. This whole cycle of water circulation is known as hydrological or water cycle. In this way, the nature maintains the water cycle by circulation of water by earth's surface, by evaporation to the atmosphere and back to the earth's surface as rainwater. See here children, this is the water cycle where we can see the processes: condensation, transportation, precipitation and evaporation. Now let's study about the uses of the water resources. Water is a vital renewable natural resource of the earth's surface. It is necessary for all kinds of living organisms. Oceans provide shelter to a variety of living organisms. About 3.5 billion years back, life firstly emerged in water. Different types of plants depend on water for their growth and food. They get water through rainfall and irrigation. Water is also used in industries for processing and cooling. It is used for cleaning, in air conditioning, machines, etc. It is used for generating hydroelectricity. People use water for transportation purposes. In the early times, water is the most significant mode of transportation. Water is used to meet our daily needs such as drinking, cooking, bathing, washing, etc. It is also used for recreating such as swimming, fishing, boating and water surfing. So dear children, in this way we have learned about the water resources, its distribution and